Okay, so this is for your study sheet, okay? Uh, every time we talk about fuel economy, you want to use this formula. Liters used divided by kilometers driven times 100. You got to make sure your units are always going to be liters per 100 kilometers, okay? If you want full marks, if you don't care about full marks, don't worry about it, but full marks will require you to have that after the fuel economy. I don't know if you've seen these stickers on brand new cars, sometimes in the mall, right? You see these stickers. So this is the official fuel consumption sticker by the government of Canada. And the big number you see is the average fuel economy. What does that mean? I did a bad job at putting this in your booklet, but do you see the city and the highway? You need a magnifying glass, right? But this top number here is city. You use 10.7 liters per 100 kilometers you drive. And highway, this car uses 7.5. You see that? And so the 9, they love advertising the 9. But really, what are most of us going to use? You're going to use this, the 10.7, which is very blurry. Sorry about that. You're probably going to use that 10.7, that 11 liters per 100 kilometers you drive, because we're mostly in the city, right, for most of us. So you just got to make sure that's what it is. And why is it more in the city? Because you're starting and stopping all the time, okay? Most of the fuel is used when you start from a complete standstill. Planes use 40% of their fuel during takeoff. Did you know that? 40% of an airplane's fuel is during takeoff. That's when you use the most fuel, because it takes a lot of energy to get there. A few things to highlight. A higher fuel economy is going to be a higher cost of driving. So the bigger that number, the worse it is on your pocket. So you want smaller, right? Would be a lower cost of driving. What are some factors that affect your fuel economy when you drive? What by that I mean, is it rush hour versus nighttime, night or morning, early morning, right? When are you driving? How you drive? Do you drive from red light to red light like it's a race or something, right? If you drive that way, you're gonna use more fuel. Any optional equipment installed, condition of the engine. I would say this, the weight of the car. That includes towing, right? If you tow something, you're gonna use more fuel. If you have the car fully loaded, you're going on a road trip, you're gonna use more fuel. If it's windy, right? I don't know if you've ever realized, keep track of your fuel economy if you're going against the wind on a windy day, right? Your fuel economy is going to go up. Temperature. Okay? When it's colder, then you use more. Warm temperatures, your fuel economy is gonna go up if it's colder, it's gonna go down if it is warmer. Okay, so that's also a fact, because it needs to work harder. Road conditions, can I just add that, road conditions? Is it snowy? Is it gravel? Gravel is gonna use more than, right, if it's paved. So things like that. Why am I doing this? Because the province has thrown this at you on exams. They're like, explain, it's a very snowy day, explain what's going to happen to the fuel economy. And you're going to say, oh, it's going to use more because there's more friction, the engine has to work harder to move, okay? Let's keep going. Let's do some math, okay? I'm going to go very basic here. Give me 5 more minutes and I'll let you go, okay? This is your get out of jail example. A car drove this many kilometers, uses that much gas, determine the fuel economy of the car. This is as textbook as it gets. Fuel economy is liters divided by your distance times 100. And you plug that in. You go 26.78 divided by 280.2 times 100. That's 956. Watch this, liters per 100 kilometers. So this car uses about 10 liters, almost 10 liters per 100 kilometers driven. We don't know if this is city or highway. We don't know that, but that's all we need. In this case, that's all we can do. Now, how much fuel would you need if you drove 1,500 kilometers, let's say? You use your fuel economy for this, okay? You will use this, 9.56 liters for every 100 kilometers this car drives. You can use this and set up a proportion. Do you remember cross multiplying and dividing? I'm sure that you have. So we want X number of liters. Here's the trick that I use. Your teachers may have done it differently. This is how I solve a proportion. I go to the side where the unknown is. I start with the number, then I cross multiply, and I divide by what is left over. That is not showing work though. That is just for you to know. This is how you show your work. You just show me that you're multiplying 1,500 times 9.56, and you're going to divide by 100. That's it. You got to show that step if you want full marks. So it tells me that I'm going to need 143.4 liters. So now you can kind of plan for this trip, right? You're like, oh, I'm going to need 150 liters for this long trip that I'm planning. I Google Map it. Google Maps tells me that it's going to be a 1,500 kilometer round trip. I now know approximately how much fuel I'm going to use for this trip, right? At the same time, what distance could you travel on a full tank with 70 liters? Okay, so then you start with the fuel economy again. Once you have the fuel economy, use it, okay? In this case, we know that it's 70 liters for a full tank. Sorry, you can't see that, my bad. Let me move this up. Liters are lined up with liters, okay? You want to know how many kilometers will you be able to drive on a full tank. You go over to this side where the variable is, start with the number, multiply down, divide up. Always multiply first, divide second, no exceptions. So that's 70 times 100. You do that. This is not the only way you can show the work. If your teacher showed you a different way, I'm okay. Just show your work, okay? So on a full tank, you can drive about 700 kilometers, give or take, okay? I'm gonna leave it here. I'm not even going to ask you to do any of the work that follows this. All I'm going to say is finish your used vehicle homework, okay? I just wanted to have this that you